Alright, so this has been sitting on the shelf for a while. Should have been built. Let's not go there. Alright, so we're just going to do the frame. As always, I'm going to try to break this out in 3 pieces. The frame build, electronics build, and then the maiden flight. Get all our parts out here. We got all our hardware broken out, should I say. Different packages, so should be simple. The instructions, though, I'm not gonna lie, there's a little bit of guesswork involved here. Alright, so I'm gonna find the smallest screws that are gonna fit into the landing gear here. Not that bad. Let's try this one. There we go. So you stab the screws into the landing gear, they push through the bottom plate, and then you're going to have 2 nuts on the back of that. Unfortunately, these are not nylon locking nuts, so I put thread lock on there so it doesn't vibrate apart. Tighten that up, and it has to be leaning backwards because you have a little camera mount underneath there for the Mobius, so if you throw it forward, later on as you build, you're going to see it's going to get in the way. So do the same with the rear. Thread lock. I'll lock that down. Find the nuts there. Had a little bit too much. Alright. And that's the thing. You don't want to put too much on there. Alright, so we're going to mirror that on the opposite side. And we'll be back. Okay. So now we have 2 sets of spacers. Try to zoom in on that, throw those into place. They keep falling out, but ultimately it's just to gauge your depth and where your other plate's gonna sit. So we'll worry about that later. And the arms, again, in the diagram, they all look about the same length and the same bend. So there's a little bit of guesswork here. So the front ones is the most extended outwards, I guess you'd say. More extreme of a bend. And the back ones here took a second to figure out. Not like that. And also not like that. Alright, short arm goes there, and then that other one back there. So now that we got that figured out, and you're going to see here later on I'm going to have to undo this. I locked everything down because in the manual it showed it like that, but the other plate goes on first before you lock down those booms. But anyways, we'll get to that after. First here we're going to throw in the standoffs. That goes in with a countersunk screw and give you room to throw your flight control on top of that. I'm going to be using the naze on this one. So a lot of place to route my wiring around. So got those in there. And then you have the 4 nuts on top. I throw that on there because I know that's going to get lost in the build. Alright. And now for that camera pod that I was mentioning, assuming this will fit a Mobius. So if the landing gear is spun forward, you're not going to have enough room for this. So here you see me, I'm just throwing in those little rubber grommets in there for that anti-vibration, which is going to feed through here. But then ultimately will need to be pulled off, as like I was mentioning, this plate has to screw on top of the booms. But you get the gist of the build. So you just push those into place and flick them back and forth, and they just plop out there. There's no real science to that. And here, before we throw that on, good thing I noticed, you have to put on that post with a countersunk screw on this side. And that's what's going to give us, I guess, the top canopy or the little white plate up top. Those go there, but they get screwed in from the bottom, so we'll do that afterwards. And this is where I noticed that I need to remove the booms and screw everything back on as I did there. So the 2 halves go together and the booms in the middle. Now here we have our top plate. Screws into the front where the camera mount is. We have 2 side braces that screws into as well. and that tail piece that we finally installed. And now last but not least, I'm going to throw in our camera, finish this off. So with this, as you can tell, there's no anti-vibration for the camera, so we're going to have to run a Mobius on the bottom because this footage will be good for me, but it'll be pretty washed out if I try to post anything. Alright. Done with that. Take a quick look here. I'm liking the look of this. Hopefully we don't smash this up too quick. Feels durable. We'll have to put it to the test. Those arms seem pretty thick. You can take a look underneath. Plenty of room to route all our cabling. And that will be seen in the next video. Guys, thanks for watching. Please thumbs up and subscribe.